Hello everyone, welcome back to Velocity Verdict. Today we are going to be reviewing this 2025 Mazda CX-50 Hybrid. Now at the front we have the twin bird peak as the Mazda logo with a fully blacked out grille with these all LED headlamps, and then on the side we have these dual tone alloy wheels with a black and silver coloration whose tire profile is 225 by 55 R19. That means we have 19-inch alloy wheels over on the front and at the back. And with this we have these chunky fender flares, the side skirts of the body, the chunky fender flare at the back, and we do have these blacked out mirror caps that provide a good contrast with this bright red paint. And love that turn indicators. We have a hybrid badge down here. And moving on to the back, we do have the LED tail lamps. Mazda is really sharp with its design. Love the turn signal indicators back below. We have all the badging like the CX-50 all-wheel drive and our hybrid badge. It is all-wheel drive CX-50 model. And we do have this bumper with the dual exhaust tips. Now let's see what's underneath the hood. A nice hood lever. When you see the hood is raised up on the center and this red paint looks good with the CX-50 hybrid, and powering this is a 2.5 liter hybrid 4-cylinder producing 219 horsepower combined and 163 pound-feet of torque that goes to a CVT automatic transmission. This is the same engine that you get in the Toyota RAV4 hybrid, and fuel economy is 39 miles per gallon in the city and 37 on the highway. So you do have an extremely fuel efficient engine due to having the hybrid setup and two motors in it. So the two hybrid motors gives power to the 2.5 liter 4-cylinder engine, about 219 horsepower, and since it's a Toyota engine, reliability will be there, and Mazdas are also up in reliability. So good engine, good fuel economy, and what else do you need, especially in a crossover of this size? And since I live in an area where it's like, if you live in an area where it snows, it does come with all-wheel drive as well. So it's an all-in-one. Usually all-wheel drive cars don't have very good fuel economy. They have like low 20s to mid 20s for the city, and maybe like maximum it would be like mid 30s for the highway. But this is like in higher 30s for both the city and the highway. So thumbs up to Mazda. Impressive fuel economy. Before we move forward with this review, I just want to mention, if you want to see more videos just like this, then I recommend you subscribe, because I post unique content for you and I'll get more unique content for you guys. So please hit the like button and help me to grow my channel so I can upgrade my gear and bring better quality content for you guys in the future. I would like to give a huge shout out to Auto Express Mazda here in Erie, who let me spend some time with the CX-50 hybrid. I'll include a link down in the description below so you can check out what inventory they have currently. This leads us inside. We do have like hard touch over here, but man, look at this leather soft touch down here. We have leather soft touch down here, power window controls, chrome door handles. Now this is style, and a grab handle right here with the nice trim, storage space down there. And look at these seats. The seats in the RAV4 are not as nice. We have this leather seats that are perforated all down the center with this orange stitching that gives it a sporty appearance. And I would definitely, this does look sportier and sharper than the RAV4 hybrid. For reference, I'm 5'7", 5'8", so I have a lot of knee room, and for the headroom, yeah, it's okay. I would say we have decent enough headroom over here. I'm 5'7", 5'8", so if you're taller than me, your headroom, your head might touch the ceiling. But otherwise, yeah, quite comfortable seats back here. Thumbs up to Mazda for giving such a comfortable back seat, and yeah, good amount of knee room as well. And then coming down here, we do have our AC vents back here, and we do have USB ports down here for fast charging. A storage pocket for your seat on that side. No storage pocket here, but other than that, yeah, pretty good. Now let's move up front. And For the front door panel, we do have soft touch over here on the top. Nice trim on the door panel and soft touch down here with this cross orange stitching give it a sporty appearance. More soft touch down here. This is definitely looks like leather. This looks like more like suede or leatherite. And then we do have our lock and unlock buttons over here. Chrome door handles, a bunch of power window controls, a child lock, and then we do have power folding mirrors with this package. And then we can select the mirror side and adjust the mirrors, mirror adjustment controls, and overall, nice looking door panel, storage space down there. We do have Bose speakers with this package, and then we do get blind spot monitoring with the mirrors. Now, moving on to the seats, we have these leather seats that are perforated all down the center with these cross orange stitching and orange lining all over here and gives the seats a sporty appearance. And then our seats are automatically automatic adjustable seats with lumbar support. So all of our seat adjustment controls are down here, and we do have height adjustable seats as well. Popping inside, once I come over here, we do have our parking sensor off, button traction off, total control off, opening for the fuel tank, and wow, this is fancy. I've never seen the memory seat controls over here. We do have two options for the memory seat controls over here. Opening for the hatch is down there, and wow, look at these AC vents with the chrome segment. Something unique which is not there in any Toyotas or some other manufacturers. This trim continues over here, nice, and little bit of soft touch on the hood. Nice touch and feel of materials is great. Soft touch on the dash, little bit. I love this cool cross stitching that continues all the way from the middle to all the way over there. And our AC unit is down here. And wow, we have heated and ventilated seats for both the passenger as well as the driver. And we have some physical controls for our climate control. And our engine start stop button is over here. That's fancy. And then we do have soft touch all around our steering wheel and nice touch and feel all over soft touch. And we have a bunch of practical controls like for our volume control and to change the track, voice command, information, and then our adaptive cruise control. We have the Twin Peak Mazda logo up center. Nice trim down here on the steering wheel. And overall, the touch and feel of the materials is great on the steering wheel. Let's start her up. Now this is the hybrid. I love the new look of its fully digital gauge cluster. Like you guys might know, some of the Mazdas have an analog, but with this gauge cluster, you can see the state of charge you have with your hybrid battery and how much power the engine is getting, and with the speedometer up center, and you can still see like your fuel gauge and the engine temperature and stuff like that. It can show you the kind of the range you have, 60 miles on attack, and then you can even convert it into kind of like a analog look, and you can scroll through different bits of information like the average, see the car. You can turn it into analog, turn that off, or see the battery, or you can see different bits of information like that. We have physical stocks for our headlamps and indicators, and we have physical stocks for our wipers. And the trip button is down here on the side, and over here we have the brightness indicator. And wow, look at the animation when you give the turn signal indicator over here. That's awesome. And overall, a good looking gauge cluster, and I'm impressed with it. Moving on to the screen. Yes, you guys might be wondering, this is a screen. It's kind of like plopped onto the dash, but doesn't look too bad. The screen doesn't look too bad, though I would say this is not a touch screen unless like if you connected with Apple CarPlay or Android Auto, then it becomes a touch screen. But otherwise, uh, there's a knob over here to control that will come on in a minute. And let me know your thoughts regarding this being the touch screen only when you have Apple CarPlay. I think it should be touchscreen all the time. So the people have option to use both the dial as well as the touchscreen, so it's easier. Wow, we do have storage space down there. We do have dual cup holders. Love this gloss black segment. A CVT automatic gear shifter, and This is kind of our one pedal drive, and we can select the different modes with this. We have a trail mode with this. We do have a normal mode. We do have a power mode as well. Power would be like its sport mode, and the trail mode will be more for off-roading, and normal, just normal. And our electronic parking brake is over here. We do have auto hold with this. This is for only EV mode, and it would show you if it's temporarily unavailable. And then we do have a physical knob for the volume control over here, button to switch it on, and favorites. And these are shortcut buttons for the home. You can toggle between the time and the screen. It would take some practice, but this dial is easy to use. So basically, this is dial to control the screen if it's not Android Auto, Apple CarPlay. That means it's not touchscreen. And then nice trim on the armrest. Now that's called some fancy trim. And guys, stick around till the end for the prize. I'm gonna let you know the prize at the end. But we have nice trim on the armrest, and this does open like a Mercedes. The armrests do open like Mercedes, and we do have like deep amount of storage space down here, and fancy way to close the armrest. We can only open one side if needed. And then nice stitching. Wow, this is soft touch down there all the way, and our glove box is down there. We have a good amount of storage space in our glove box. I would say we have pretty deep looking. We have a pretty deep glove box. That's cool. Plus, we do have the sunscreen shade with a mirror and a light on top as well, just for the basic. And we do have a auto dimming IRVM. We have a bunch of controls for our cabin lights, and we do have a sunglass holder as well with controls for sunroof. We do have a sunroof. Okay, so I would say this sunroof is kind of useless because it doesn't open more than this. This is just for show, I believe. Let me show you guys the sunroof. So the sunroof is like this. We do have a panoramic sunroof from the inside, but I showed you guys how much it opens. And from the outside, yeah, that's the sunroof. I showed you this sunscreen shades, but it does have an extension. So thumbs up Mazda for giving an extension to block the sun. Sometimes the sun comes in the way. And I love this push button start. Our shifter for the CVT automatic transmission. Nice. The steering wheel is quite light, so that's a good thing. And now let's check out the clarity of the backup camera. So I would say I'm impressed with the resolution of the backup camera. The backup camera is quite clear, and even though the screen is a little farther, like usually the screens are down here below the above the climate control, but they have a screen right here on the dash, so there might be a little glare, but the only thing is it's a little far. If the screen was closer, it would be better. The trajectory lines do not turn with the steering wheel, but other than that, I'm impressed with the resolution of the backup camera. And thumbs up to Mazda for giving such a clear backup camera. And for you guys wondering, it does have a heads up display as well. That's the first time I noticed. It does have a heads up display as well. And now let me show you the key fob. Now for the key, we have the Mazda logo up here, plain, but our buttons are over here like a lock and unlock function, opening for the hatch, and panic button. So yeah, pretty regular key fob, but this key fob does feel light, so it won't be heavy. So it would be nice to pick, nice to hold around, but it does look premium. Even if it's light, it does look premium. And I've actually become a fan of this front end. And our turn signal indicators are down below with the day running lights that pop up or the headlamps. But okay, it does blind you if you're down there. But sorry, I didn't know it had the turn signal indicators down below. But now you can see we have the turn signal indicators down below, a blacked out front bumper, and overall, putting it all together, it does have a quite a sharp looking end. I would say this has one of the best looks in its segment, and we do have the dual exhaust tips on the bottom. And now let's check out the space in the hatch. And to open the hatch, we can either use the button given to us down here, or we could access it from the outside. But I'm just gonna access it from our key. So we can just hold this, and the hatch should open right up. And yes, it does come with a power lift gate. We do have a lot of stuff from the factory, but if we ignore that, I would say first of all, we do get a cargo cover built in from the factory. I'm seeing less of this nowadays. Like if you see like some of my recent cars, they might not have these. So but we do have a cargo cover built in from the factory. And other than that, yeah, I would say it's a pretty practical boot. Obviously it's like a crossover and it's the size of a RAV4. It's like one of the bigger crossovers than the CX-30, but obviously it's not as big as the, for example, you can say the Sequoia or maybe the Highlander. So it's a decent sized trunk, and we have a good amount of cargo area in the hatch. And I would say good job, thumbs up to Mazda for giving a practical hatch with this thing. And you can you can maybe like load at least 4 suitcases, and it's good for your daily grocery runs. And this is to throw down the seats. Look at that. We can just pull this and we can fold down the seats for extra storage. But even with like the normal all 5 seats up, you have a practical amount of trunk space. And once you're all done, you can just press this button, and that would lower the hatch right down for you. It does have a power opening lift gate. So now we are going to be looking at the driving impressions for the new CX-50 hybrid and see how it drives inside the lot. The first thing I notice when turning is it has a compact turning radius compared to some of the other SUVs, and it is smooth. And this is one of a huge parking lot. That's why I'm testing it around here, because some of my other videos you guys might have seen, I don't do driving impressions because the parking lot is too small and some of them might not allow as well. So it's quite smooth, and the heads up display makes it easier to see the speed up front. This is the clarity of the backup camera. It's quite clear and easy to navigate. And right now, this is working on mostly the hybrid motor, I believe, because there's no sound. The ride is quiet, so the hybrid motor does a good job. And yeah, it's a smooth ride overall, and the seats feel quite comfortable. But now let's look at its window sticker. You guys might be wondering how much does this cost? So if you see, the behind window is a little darker compared to the front, so it might be hard to see the window sticker. But it's the 2025 Mazda CX-50 hybrid premium plus package. It's the red color, and look at the amount of standard features it has. And then we have some options down here, like our premium plus package, and which has 19-inch wheels and the red metallic paint and the black wheels and stuff. So including that and our destination, our total MSRP is, yes, the total MSRP for the Mazda CX-50 premium plus hybrid is $42,905. Yes, you heard that right. This costs around $43,000. Now, a couple of things of this being more expensive is, one, it's a hybrid and not a regular CX-50. And second of all, like even after being a hybrid, its total MSRP is $43,000, which I would say is not too bad, and it's affordable. And then look at this fuel economy. You do get 39 miles per gallon in the city and 37 on the highway. Like with such a big crossover, with like a mid-size crossover, the same size as a RAV4, you get the fuel economy of like, I don't know, a sedan. Actually, a little more than the sedan in the city. and approximately the same as a sedan on the highway. So you get like a combined fuel efficiency of 38 miles per gallon. What else you need? It's it's cost effective, fuel efficient, and since it's a hybrid, you won't be spending as much on gas, which where the fuel efficiency plays a part. So if you take all that into consideration, I would say this CX-50 hybrid is worth the price. And my final take and the final verdict of mine on the CX-50 hybrid is the styling is great. It's aggressive, it's sporty, and has a sharp appearance overall. I know it does have like kind of like the circular headlamps, but tail lamps, but honestly, they don't look too bad. It actually makes the CX-50 hybrid look sportier than its sibling RAV4 hybrid. Since it's kind of like a off-road oriented vehicle, it has like the trail mode and stuff. We have these giant fender flares to protect the paint from getting chipped. Just look at these alloy wheel designs. Toyota is mostly like simplistic with their alloy wheel designs, and they're like, I've kind of got, I'm kind of getting bored looking at those, but these alloy wheels just overtake them. These design on the alloy wheels are quite fancy compared to like the RAV4 design that you get in the alloy wheels, the regular hybrid, not the prime. But yeah, so my final take is if I had to choose between the RAV4 hybrid and the CX-50 hybrid, I would definitely go with the CX-50 hybrid. In my opinion, it's better looking, has better alloy wheels, and has the same engine as a RAV4 hybrid. So what else do you need? And guys, let me know down in the comments which one would you choose between the CX-50 hybrid and the Toyota RAV4 hybrid if given an option. And guys, let me know down in the comments what do you think about the Mazda CX-50 hybrid and how do you like the looks of it. According to me, I think it looks really sharp, and I personally feel it looks better than the RAV4. And yes, and guys, that's it for the review for the CX-50 hybrid. Thank you so much for watching. And if you enjoyed this video, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, and share it with as many people as possible. And thank you so much for watching. I'm gonna see you guys in the next video.